ABC2 News works for you.
Baltimore police are taking a cue from the lessons learned overseas. Tonight, an exclusive look inside city cops' newest training technique. Concern rising as high as the surf and tides tonight. How the state is responding to this fierce nor'easter, slamming Ocean City and the Mid-Atlantic.
Now, ABC2 News, the latest at 11.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Good evening, I'm Mary Beth Marsden. Late this evening, police arrested the man accused of violently raping and killing an East Baltimore teenager. Christian Schaefer is standing by live at City Police headquarters with the breaking story. Chris?
Yeah, Mary Beth, new details continuing to come into us tonight. Dante Parrish was indeed taken into custody tonight around 10 o'clock by the City Police Warrant Apprehension Task Force. We're live in downtown Baltimore. Christian Schaefer, ABC2 News.
Now to the nor'easter that's blasting the East Coast. Ida stormed ashore earlier this week and worked its way up the coast, and tonight it has nowhere to go, and Ocean City is getting hammered. More than 18 inches of rain in one day, and tonight the high tides and the winds are of great concern. In some ways, it's worse than a hurricane, and you can tell that by looking at all those news reporters up and down the coast.
Well, it's about as nasty as you can imagine out here.
It's not quite to the point where you really have to lean into the wind to stand up, but you sure better have one foot behind the other.
From North Carolina, where business owners watch the surf creep past the shoreline, to Ocean City, where the wild wind and blinding rain could lead to some serious damage, up to the beaches of Delaware, where the surf was choppy and the streets were waterlogged. And on the Jersey Shore, more of the same. Floodwaters are causing problems up and down the coast. Norm's following all the latest developments. He joins us now. Norm?
Well, we've got some good news and we got some bad news. First, the good news. As you can see right now with Maryland's most powerful radar, the heavy rain, the really heavy rain that we had during the afternoon and the evening is starting to let up just a tiny bit. So your forecast for this evening: cloudy, rain, windy, 45 degrees here in the Baltimore area, much rougher to the south and out to the east of us. We'll have the complete forecast coming up, as well as the all-important high tides, which could mean a big problem for the Annapolis area, Baltimore area, and other regions. We'll have those tides coming up in a couple of minutes.
All right, Norm. And Maryland's Emergency Management Agency, or MEMA, opened its storm center this afternoon. The center helps to monitor severe weather conditions and to coordinate the state's response.
All emergencies are local. They begin local and end local. So our job is to help coordinate their needs, and if we bring other resources to bear, that's what we do.
MEMA is also coordinating storm response with officials in Virginia and Delaware. Here was the scene earlier today in Annapolis as many geared up for flooding. Sandbags were piled up near flood-prone areas, and many along the water took to higher ground. So what's going on down at the state capitol tonight? Terry Owens is standing by live in Annapolis. Terry, how's it looking there?
Mary Beth, the wind is picking up, but so far the damage has been minimal. Now, we did have one report of a tree down over on King George. We're told it took a power line with it, but here along the city dock in Annapolis, everybody's waiting for the next high tide. Reporting live from Annapolis, Terry Owens, ABC2 News.
Terry, thank you. The worst hit area in our area is Maryland's Eastern Shore, and Brad Bell from our sister station WJLA has been in Ocean City all day, all night. Here's what he's seeing.
This is what much of the Bayside half of Ocean City looks like tonight, underwater, because of consecutive high tides held ashore by the powerful winds of this nor'easter. But the storm has not yet moved on.
All right, and Brad's joining us live now from Ocean City. Brad, it looks like the winds have died down just a hair.
Yeah, just a little bit, Mary Beth. The rain has eased up as well. But, you know, it is still blowing out here pretty hard. I would say steady 25, 30 mile an hour winds right now, and it's still certainly moving sand around out there.
Yeah, Brad, I know you've covered a lot of storms in Ocean City. How does this one compare?
Well, you know what? There's some discussion. Is this the remnants of Ida? Is this just a nor'easter? Is it a hurricane, just a storm? I got to tell you, we got down here this morning and I went out on the boardwalk. It was really pounding.
All right, Brad. Hey, thanks, and hang in there.
Sure.
We urge you to stay with us both on the air and online as this storm continues to cause damage across our area. Still to come tonight. In less than 10 minutes, we'll head back to Norm and see what we can expect from this storm.